Hey everybody, thanks for playing. This is the first playtest of the Orion RPG, which is based on Trophy Gold, outside my regular gaming group. So I'm excited to see how it hits everyone else. I'll introduce the game and go through all the startup stuff. But first, let's just go around and introduce everyone. I'll start. I'm Mark. I'm the GM and author of this game. I've been gaming for a very long time. I've been playing with the Gauntlet for a year or so, maybe. And I know some of you well and some of you not at all. I'm looking forward to get to know everyone. Let's go with Greg next.
Sure. Hey, I'm Greg Gallagher. I use he, him pronouns. I've been gaming on the Gauntlet for a few years. I mostly, due to time constraints, I usually end up playing mostly Star Wars Saturdays. But I do occasionally get to play on other time slots, and this being one of the cases. So super excited to play this. And I'm a big fan of Cowboy Bebop, as you can probably tell from the poster. So very reminiscent of that with this game, and I'm excited.
Awesome. And thank you. And pronouns for everyone too, as well, please.
Yes.
I go by he, him, or they, them. Let's go with Jason next.
Hi, I'm Jason. My pronouns are he, him. I'm the author of a game called Brindlewood Bay, which is about little old ladies who investigate murder mysteries. And I am the publisher of the original Trophy Gold. So that's me.
Awesome. Merwin, I don't know if I know your first name, but let's go with you next.
That's okay. I go by Merwin.
Oh, great. Amazing.
That's exactly what it is.
Perfect.
My first name's actually really, really long. I'm playing another game with Jason at the moment. I go by Merwin there too. My first name's really, really long, and so is my last, so that's much easier. I've been gaming forever as well, since the mid 80s, and played just about everything under the sun. And currently I'm in a trophy game, a couple of 5e games, and I'm really enamored of Best Left Buried, so I'm trying to mash all those up into some experiments of my own. We'll see where that goes.
Great, cool. And let's wrap it up with Morgan.
Hello, I'm the young, inexperienced one, she, her. I've been gaming on and off for a couple of years now. Until the plague hit, I was running a Pathfinder game, and I'm currently in a 5e D&D game, doing okay in that. I have noodles, and I apologize for that. I should be a big fan of Cowboy Bebop, but I'm not, because I still haven't watched it, because the one episode I've seen was me walking in a room at the very end of the last episode, which kinda ruined me for it for a while, but I'll get around to it. I'll make it happen, but
he's fine. He's fine. It's not. He's okay.
It was so yeah. I didn't even know who that was. I'm sure that wasn't the main character or anything. No. I'm sure it was fine.
Cool. So I'm going to start off with doing cats for this game. I'm going to talk about the concept, aim, tone, and some subject matter, and answer questions afterwards. So the concept of the game, Orion is a storytelling game where you all are playing bounty hunters, desperate to make money to fulfill your monetary needs. It's inspired by Cowboy Bebop, other shows like Killjoys, Space Sweepers, even a little Blade Runner and Firefly in there. The aim of this session is to introduce everyone to the game. We'll make some characters and start off on a first excursion. My goal is to kick the tires, see how it works with folks who aren't already familiar with it, and get some feedback. And hopefully y'all have a good time in the process. The tone is pretty dynamic and fun, whereas Trophy Dark and Gold tend to be more on the grim and gritty side. There is some darkness and desperation here, but it's also a lot more flashy and cartoony, almost not quite Guardians of the Galaxy, not heroic, but it more in that angle. Subject matter, there is crime, police, probably murder, action in space, weightlessness, vertigo, intimidation, violence, maybe some body horror, pretty much anime level content in that. And I'd like to segue from that into the safety tools. If you had a chance to look at the character keeper, there is a tab on there for safety tools. Even with folks that play together regularly, I like to use these. And I like to use three main ones: open door policy, script change, and lines and veils. Open door policy just means that the players are more important than the game. So if anyone needs to leave for any reason, whether it's content related or food related, or you just can't anymore, totally fine. Just let us know where you're going. If you can't let us know and just have to drop off, that's great. I'll check in with you afterwards, and we'll go from there. Script change. Basically, everyone has some level of control over what we'll be doing. So anytime you want to rewind something, if something was just like, oh, that didn't feel great, let's go back and redo that. We can just rewind that. If there's something coming up that we're not interested in doing, a nasty torture scene or something involving something you're not cool with and we didn't go over before, we can fast forward by it. And if something gets too intense and we want to pause and talk about it, or just take it slowly, we can pause and do that. And the last tool is our lines and veils. On that spreadsheet, which I have up here somewhere, there's a safety tab that has a list of lines and veils on it. It's a third tab there. Ooh. And basically, this is a non-exhaustive list of things that may or may not come up in the game that we may or may not want in the game. So things that are lined out are things that do not exist in our game, not in the game world. We don't talk about it, reference it. It's not part of the game. Veils are things that we acknowledge exist in the world, but probably are not going to see on screen. And there's another column for things that we want to ask first. If there are some things that may be touchy, just check in with someone if they're going to be involved with it. My sort of default lines are harm to children or pet animals, any sort of homophobia, transphobia, racism, misogyny, that sort of stuff. And any sort of sexual assault or violence is off the table by default. And generally will draw veils on sexual content or torture. If there's anything that's not on this list that you want to add, please feel free to add it and check it. If you want to move ask first or veil over to a veil or a line, great. And yeah, I'll just give folks a minute to take a look at that and adjust it or add to it as necessary. Just give me a thumbs up when you feel like you've got a handle on it, and we'll get rolling from there. Awesome. Cool. Thumbs up from everyone. Sweet. So let's jump into making some characters. As we have the character sheets on the Bounty Hunters tab in the character keeper there. It should have something for everyone. There's 4 of them. Great. Yeah, so drop your name and pronouns up top there. So everyone claims a Hey, set. And we'll talk through what needs to happen to make your bounty hunter. Merwin up front. Cool. So the first thing we're going to do is grab a name. There's if you have the document open in front of you, there's a roll table for names. Feel free to roll or pick off that table. Or if there's something you're super into that's not on that table, feel free to grab something. And
where'd you get your names from?
Oh, here, let me post the document here again, just in case.
Oh, I meant like inspiration wise.
Oh, some of them I grabbed some from some different shows and stuff and messed them around. A lot of times I'll drop them into a Markov chain generator, and so it just mashes them all up so that it still has the same feel, but they're all completely original for the most part. I think a lot of the bounty hunter names are directly from a show, so those will probably be changed a little bit when we go public. Yeah, they're fun.
Awesome.
Cool. So everyone's going to have a set of skills that are assigned depending on what your roles and backgrounds are. Everyone's going to pick 2 roles off of the drop-down list there. That basically determines your position, your place in your crew of bounty hunters. They should be unique. If 2 people really want to be medics, we'll talk about it. So we'll pick 2 roles, and you get 1 skill from each role. And then there's a list of backgrounds after that. And again, these are on tables that you can either roll or pick from, and each background gets you 2 skills. And if you have any questions about what anything is, please ask, and we'll work it out.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
What's the difference between mechanic and greaser? They seem like the same thing. But maybe
yeah. A greaser is more like someone who makes fake ID or talks to custom agents.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Grease Monkey or like something like that.
Yeah. I was trying to come up with a fun name for that, but
got it.
Yeah, you're the second person who's asked about it, so maybe a different name.
I think I like that anyway. I think I'm going to go with mechanic and greaser if no one cares.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And there are a handful of backgrounds that are unique to the game. People who have been brought out of suspended animation, or liberated robots, or genetically enhanced folks who got kicked out of genetically enhanced town. So if you want to grab one of those, I'm happy to talk about that at all.
Well, guess I gotta pick mule because I'm great at making an ass out of myself. Hey, okay.
Hey.
Let's see. And let's see. I hate driving in real life, so I better pick navigation.
I think I'm going to go for my background, outcast heir.
Nice.
I think I like the idea of like this sort of raised in privilege, but is now like a mechanic and a con artist. I think that's pretty good.
Awesome.
I rolled a converted fanatic, so I'm totally reformed. Everything's fine.
I believe that.
And that gets you the brutality skill as well. So.
Let's see. Better pick something I can say. Let's see. Penitent grifter. Sounds like fun. I feel like I'm going to be lying about things and running away. A
Excellent.
lot.
Yeah, this looks like very much a less upfront confrontational bunch. I'm looking at all the roles that we've chosen.
And when you've chosen your roles and backgrounds, you can grab a drive, either roll 2 dice on that table or pick something that sounds good. And this is basically the reason that you have chosen the life of a bounty hunter. There's something that requires a sizable chunk of change to be stored up that you're probably not going to get otherwise.
What, people don't just do it because it's fun?
No. Some people do, probably not us. And not for long.
Well, anything even vaguely noble is off the table. Let's see.
And the drives also, some of them have sort of a more space opera-y feel. Some of them are more gritty and down to earth in space. And we'll kind of use the ones that folks have chosen to help build out the world. There's a lot of things that are not defined or anything, and we'll just sort of see what those are as we come across them in play.
Boom.
Nice.
That dick is going down. I don't know what this person did to me, but I'm mad about it.
That's probably why you're mad about it.
I don't know how I got here, but I know I'm angry and I know someone's going to pay for it.
Nice. Good old 2-hand jack. Great. So next up, we'll grab some equipment. The first thing we do is, again, either roll or pick a set of 3 things from that table there. They're varied and whatnot, so take anything that sounds fun. And you'll write those on your loadout section there, those 3. And after you've picked your set of 3 things, you can grab some combat equipment if you so desire. Offensive things allow you to engage in a combat roll. Defensive things help you take less damage. Defenses are generally 1 use per excursion. Weapons and whatnot are generally at hand, whatever you like. When you take a armor or weapons, offensive or defensive, that bumps up the amount of cash you need to bring back from your excursion. So
Of course.
be rude about that.
Mark, where are the equipment packages at?
Yeah, I missed that.
They're on page 12 here under starting loadout.
Oh, in the book. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Did you link that in the chat by chance?
Yeah, it should be the last thing that I posted there.
Okay.
If they're not, they're also in the data tab.
Okay.
Probably. No, they're not. I didn't put them there yet. Whoops. Still putting the keeper together.
Here we go. I forgot it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, that book of morality.
Okay, I have to know. What makes a hat a flappy hat?
I think that is your call.
Oh, okay. I'm a something of a hat connoisseur.
There you go.
So I this is very important. Oh yeah, I guess you would need soap if you're carrying around a case of cockroaches. It does kind of go hand in hand, doesn't it?
And the armor, weapons, combat, defense stuff, you can make up whatever you feel like fits your character.
Just make it up.
Just make it
Oh
up.
boy. Look, I didn't come here to be creative. I don't know what you're expecting of me.
I think I'm going to go with the makeup / disguise kit, magnetic handcuffs, and tarp.
Nice.
If no one wants that bundle.
That sounds like a fun bundle.
I do. I feel like there's a lot of stories going on there.
Yep, that's a good weekend. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I think the better weekend is the Book of Obscenities, phosphorescent paint, and scented body spray.
Nice.
That's something else there.
Oof. I'm so tempted by just owning a harmonica. Ah. I don't know if I want to be that annoying. There's a line.
And basically the way the equipment works is you've got your 6 slots there, and you'll put the 3 that you grabbed in the first 3, and the last 3 will be open slots that if you need something that we didn't decide ahead of time, no one grabbed zip ties and you need to restrain someone, someone can mark off their one of their empty slots and put zip ties in there, and we'll say that you have those. So you basically have three chances to add things that you might need.
Well, I have to go for the hat. It was inevitable.
I think in our other game, someone took the flappy hat, and it is it's automatically adjustable. So when the sun comes out, the little visor comes down, and
I think mine should just be a hat I'm particularly fond of.
Also a totally valid choice.
But I also decided you always want a shovel and then you never have a shovel. That's important.
Medicinal gummies.
Medicinal or medicinal?
Medicinal.
It's the future, and people are way more open-minded about that. So obviously, it's both.
It could be anything.
See, everyone else is all muted and polite and focused. And...
Large plastic tarp.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Large.
You guys, it's so much tarp. I'm not even kidding.
Oh,
It has like its own little like
Backpack
tiny
tarp.
room in the ship where it's kept.
Quite accommodating, you might say.
Indeed, it's a lot of tarp. It is the king of tarps.
Are we supposed
go ahead. Sorry.
how much offensive and defensive equipment?
So you can take up to 3 of
burdens.
each if you like.
Got it.
Yeah, but you'll increase your starting burdens by 1 for each one.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
obviously.
And for those who aren't familiar with trophy or trophy gold, burdens are the amount of treasure or pay you need to bring back to not get a bounty on you in this game. That's one of the release valves. Instead of just your game is over, you get a bounty put on you, which is going to probably cause trouble later on.
I might be leaning towards that as hard as I can.
Cool.
I need a knife.
Knives are good.
Yes. Just to be clear, that was for the game, not real life. Although, I'm sure I could use some knives in real life too.
No more spoons, only knives.
Only knives. It's true. I'm semi-competent with a knife.
Cool. So if folks are feeling pretty good about their equipment, we could take a look at the next section, which is biotech. And these are extreme modifications that you can grab. I think I have up to 3 in the rules. I think I might try making a maximum of 2. And these add to your starting and minimum burn. So 2 things that need explaining. Burn is the equivalent of ruin in trophy gold. It goes up and doesn't really go down, and once it goes up to 6, things are very, very bad for you. And so you can take these things of biotech and they let you do extraordinary things, but they also bump up your minimum burn for each one you take. So you can do more things, but you are more fragile.
Does burn start at 2 as usual, or?
Burn will start at 1 + 1 for each of your starting biotech.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. You can just be a Batman villain.
Yeah.
Hey there, Clayface. You'll get a movie one day.
I like nephews, the little micro drones.
Drones, yeah.
Yeah. I just like that they're called nephews.
That's like just the right kind of weird. Oh, there's even more DC characters. You can also have Sandman.
Oh yeah.
They're owned. That's
Marvel,
owned by
yeah.
DC, right?
That's,
Wait.
Is that Spider-Man?
Marvel.
Is it
Well,
Marvel? Yeah.
there's yeah, but then there's Sandman, the comic.
Sandman, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's owned by
Sandman.
DC though. Yeah. What is that Spider-Man villain called? Now I'm bothered by it.
It's Sandman.
It's Sandman.
Is it just Sandman?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, Phantasm. We've got weird 70s horror movies.
Yeah. Boy.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm just gonna do the 1. So
Okay, great.
Son of a Sphinx. Okay. Sorry, I have typing
That's-
difficulties.
That's all right. I'm still thinking too.
Fine. There's a big list.
Well, it's more of a, do you want to specialize or do you want to have a chance at doing something that you're not focused on?
True,
Right.
true.
But that's always the trade-off.
I love to specialize and then force my character into positions where they're just like not at all ready. That's the best. Be
There we go.
specialized and then do the other thing.
Oh, I like the hush.
It aids me in running away.
There's the way to keep alive longer. Now you guys have to keep me alive.
I didn't agree to be obligated to anybody other than myself.
Oh, the panacea.
You have to keep the cleric alive.
Keep yourself alive. Heal thyself.
I can't. That's the problem with it.
Nut bunnies.
I'm good.
Cool. Everyone else good with their biotech? Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. So let's go through and look at your stats. So it looks like some folks have already hit it. The hunt, this is up top in lines 11, 12. Hunt is hunt tokens. This is what you'll be getting as you investigate. So that's going to start at 0. Credits are the money that you'll be bringing back. So that also starts at 0. Burdens is the base amount of cash that you need to bring back from the excursion. And so that'll start at 1 and then add 1 for each piece of combat equipment or defensive equipment you brought. And then your burn also starts at 1 and it goes up for each piece of biotech that you have. And that'll also be your start burn. So it can't go any lower than your start. Nobody has a bounty. Great. Sweet. Does everyone feel good about their characters at this point? Or as good as possible?
Yeah. We'll see how good we feel after we start failing.
Even better. Great. So you all have a ship that you work together. We need to pick someone whose ship it actually is. So who owns the ship?
Ooh. Don't you do it.
Did anyone take captain? I didn't look at.
No, but I did take navigation.
Yeah.
So maybe it's my ship.
Sound good?
Sound good?
I'm good with that.
Cool.
I mean, I could see lots of possibilities. So
Yes.
the grifter is one way to get a ship.
You are ultimately responsible for the ship.
Oh,
cool.
that's a bad idea.
There's pluses and minuses.
I have one of those little like things that you put on the steering wheel whenever I leave.
Great. So you can go ahead and pick a name. So pick or roll a ship name from that list.
Ooh.
Or if you're got something you really like, you can grab that. And the rest of the things, everyone can kind of decide together if they want. It's not just the owner's responsibility.
It's mine. I get to name it.
You're well within your rights to do that.
Yeah, it can't have a cool name. Which does mean it has to be named Cricket.
Nice.
It's got that Men in Black energy.
I think the names have drop downs there. I don't think I added drop downs for the ship type or ship history. So those are the next things up, and those are on the tables there on page. Which page is it? Page.
Cricket. Oh.
Thereabouts. Yeah.
Okay. Come on, buddy. I
Page
know you're
5 or so.
dying. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. There's a happy kitty. Okay.
So the ship type is what it was before y'all turned it into your bounty hunting ship, and the origin is where you got it from.
Garbage hauler. Garbage hauler, though.
Is warship an option?
I like garbage
Unfortunately.
hauler.
Yeah, garbage hauler. We make
Um,
war against dirt and mess. Okay, you gotta
Yeah, I
settle
like
down.
I like garbage hauler. I'll put it there.
Yeah,
Awesome.
garbage hauler.
Party barge.
Our other-
Okay,
the other game, we have a party barge. It's pretty great.
That's also a very good choice.
that is a very good choice. Our garbage hauler could have been converted to a party ship at some point. And
And so where did you get that ship?
where did I get that ship?
Yeah.
Ooh, let's see. Found it with the keys in it. Seems pretty good, but no, cat, get your butt out of my face. Okay. Although I like the idea of having won a garbage hauler on a game show. Like,
Wait, is there like a reality show that's across all of the planets? It's like Ice Road Truckers, but it's space garbage haulers, and
and I
It was part of
somehow
the
was on
show,
that
but-
show.
they got voted off really early, and they were counting on it to keep going. So now we have it.
Okay, that sort of sounds like that's set in stone now.
Wait, so
Right.
someone invested in the garbage hauler to go on the show, got kicked off early, and so they had to offload it really quick and
Yep.
easy. Yeah.
Yes,
good.
to a bunch
Love
of
it.
low life bounty hunters.
Cricket's been through a lot. Oh, it's got a little cartoon cricket painted on the side, right? That looks
it
like a
does.
knockoff Jiminy Cricket.
Yep. Got like a trash bag over his shoulder.
Yes. It looks like that cricket from that. Oh, what is the name of that stupid movie? Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night.
Mm.
That's what it looks like. If anyone's into knockoff Disney sequels, Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night's a good time.
All right. So next up, y'all will choose 3 strengths that your ship has and 3 weaknesses. On the table here on page 21 or so, there are 12 strengths and 12 weaknesses. They're pretty much paired in opposing pairs, so don't pick fast and slow or lucky and cursed. And you can all
Clearly,
do
it's
that
cursed,
as you like.
right? It's obviously cursed.
Yeah, I like cursed. I think
The cursed
I think this
hauler.
garbage hauler did so poorly on the TV show that that there was no one to blame but the ship. Like it was
Oh,
so
yeah.
bad. They barely like got off the first planet and
For sure.
they ran
Okay.
into like some kind of I don't know, something just like what would have like stopped them from being on the show suddenly.
Oof.
I don't know, but
I
like
don't know.
they ran into some sort of alien force, right? Like it hadn't invaded, it hadn't like been in that territory for like, you know, centuries, and suddenly that garbage hauler was right in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think it would also be fair that Cricket is obviously a big chunky boy, so he should
Mm.
probably have heavy armor, right? Like that makes sense for a garbage hauler.
Yeah.
Got to keep the smell in.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know if you knew this, but nothing carries smells like the vacuum of space.
That's right.
It just smells that bad.
Oh yeah.
So I was thinking, even if it is cursed, there's probably something really special about it, which means we probably con someone out of it, even though it has that hidden value. We don't know what it is. They don't know what it is, but they were willing to give it up because it was cursed, and so we got it for a steal, but it wasn't a cheap steal.
Okay. Let's see.
Just a thought.
No, I
I like the
I
strength
agree
of
with this.
spacious, because it's it's supposed to be hauling all this garbage around. There's a lot, we're normally
yeah.
a lot of other space haulers where it's really cramped quarters. Now we have room to spread out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I keep arguing for a racquetball court. Y'all keep talking me out of it. Let's see.
Should we roll?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess a garbage hauler wouldn't have weapons on it, right? Like it would be unarmed.
We could have added some.
Yeah, you can always add
That's
some
true.
for sure.
You all well armed?
Chunky, angry, well-armed boy. I like this.
Spacious,
Nice.
heavy armor, and well armed. We need 2 more downsides.
If we don't have a gunner, we might want to choose fast instead, because I am a pilot.
Oh,
Ooh, that's true.
Oh, it's surprisingly fast. It's big, it's heavy, but it's surprisingly fast.
Yeah, like a
like that.
hippopotamus.
yeah. Oof. Terrifying. Terrifying.
More like it was designed for carrying highly radioactive waste as quickly as possible from one location to another.
Ah, that tracks. That tracks.
Like it.
Okay.
I mean, the opposite then is that it's unarmed. Oops, I'm accidentally editing this. I don't mean to be.
Yeah, I'm
The
kind of
downside,
torn.
it's
Like I
unarmed.
can see both. Yeah, unarmed makes sense.
All right, I need one last downside.
One last downside. What does ponderous be? Oh, okay, I see. As opposite of nimble. I was like, what does cricket think about?
Yeah, so it could be fast but not be able to turn very well.
Oh, okay. It could be stupidly famous for having been voted off the show immediately.
Oh yeah.
like it has a reputation for sucking that hard.
Is that known target?
That would be a known target, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Spacious, armored, and fast. Cursed, unarmed, and well known. Right.
Oh, that's great. Everyone knows us and knows that we can't defend ourselves. This is going to be great.
Cool. Sweet. So a ship starts off with 6 ticks of fuel. Basically, you'll be using a tick of fuel when you jump to a new system or location. And at the end, it has 6 ticks of food for you as well. And each person uses a tick of food at the beginning of a new excursion. That goes pretty fast. You can carry supplies and cargo. Ships start off with 3 ticks out of 6 for that. And you can trade those for food or healing or whatnot, or sell them when you get to a space station for extra credits. And so each ship also starts off with 1 tick in engine, systems, and hull. You can, as a group, add 6 more boxes to sort of give the profile of the ship here. So you can bump everything up to 3, or you can make 1 5 and add 1 to another one, or distribute those however you like. And systems is basically like everything that helps run the ship. life support, navigation, disco lights, whatever you have.
There's definitely disco lights now.
All right, I will insert. Where's the checkbox? There it is.
Computer.
I'll add 1 to engines.
Cool.
I don't
I
think I have
think
a
I'd also
preference,
like to add 1 to engines for, my love of running away. Although I can't figure out how to
Grab that.
add the checky box.
Insert checkbox. There we go.
Oh,
Google Sheets magic.
So if we don't have firepower in our strengths, how is it represented on the engine system's hulls? Engine system.
That's the weapons aren't necessarily represented in these. These are more things that will be taking damage. If you had weapons, they would probably fall under systems.
Okay. Yeah, the reason I'm asking, obviously, is because we have heavy armor, which
Gotcha.
corresponds somewhat to the hull.
Yeah, gotcha. I see Alpha's already jumped on the personal craft. Everyone also has a personal ship they can use when they wanted to just take it to pop down to a planet or go off on their own for a little bit. We'll just name that. It also, if you wind up in a fight, your ship counts as a unit of armor. Hopefully it won't come to that. Spaceship fights are expensive.
Oh, we need to give them all bug names to go with cricket, you guys.
Oh, okay, fine.
Oh, we're like a cute little hive, little swarm. I'm so sorry.
You want to do 1 more system and 3 hull for the rest of our ship points?
That would
Okay.
make sense to me.
Yep, that works.
Okay, I'll do that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Let me see if there are any parasites that live on crickets.
That is a good call. Ew. Google answered me and I regret asking.
I like to think that Google has a silo for role-playing game players and their search histories. It's just like, no, that ignore everything those people search for. It's random and nonsensical.
Do not alert the police.
Okay, well, obviously I got to go with Junebug because it's all chonky and doesn't fly straight and cute right up until it flies into your face and then you wish it was dead.
Are we each getting a personal craft, or how many personal craft are there?
Yeah, everyone gets 1 personal
Oh,
craft.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You get your personal craft and then you get your summer personal craft.
Pick this up real quick.
Nice.
Everybody's going bugs.
Bug.
Fine. Let me see what I got.
Oh man. Oh, we got to
Gossamer
give
is
each other.
lovely, though.
We got to give each other cute little call signs. This is gonna be so much fun. I mean, we're dangerous bounty hunters. Very dangerous. This isn't a Magnificent Ladybug spin-off or anything like that.
Oh, I
This is
love it.
cool, full of cool people doing cool stuff.
That's a great picture.
There. It's got bug in it.
Nice, beautiful.
Okay. I'll allow it because it's a pun, but I've got my eye on you.
Fantastic. Cool. So let's just go around and briefly introduce our bounty hunters, and then we'll take a 5-minute break and then jump into the excursion. Sound good? So why don't we hear from Gaiad first?
Okay. I'm seeing Gaiad as this sort of short, wiry, not really sneaky looking guy, just sort of malnourished most of the time. And he spends a lot of time in front of his in front of his screens eating snacks. So he's not generally all that healthy, but he's utterly focused on, well, when he's not piloting the ship, he's utterly focused on researching parts for his aunt's Zeus X Racer to try to refurbish the thing, because and the parts are extraordinarily difficult to come by. So trying to get enough money to find the parts on the black market, plus just finding the parts, is a big chore. So that's what he's all about.
Fantastic. And how about Alpha?
Yeah, Alpha, she's a converted fanatic. She belonged to a religious cult that she's totally out of now. And she sort of takes like an infiltration kind of route as a bounty hunter. She likes to be where the target doesn't expect her to be. That's kind of, she tries to avoid the brutality, but she can do it when she needs to. And she's, her drive is to liberate the Hermean drudges, which are these awakened androids, right? So she wants to, and I think there's something about her previous religious fanaticism that was possibly, causing these drudges to be in that servitude, and she's going to get them out.
Awesome. Great. Let's hear from Zephyr.
Yeah, so Zephyr, and I should put Zephyr's he, him. Zephyr is an outcast heir. I think his whole deal is, he was raised in wealth and privilege, and he had all this money. I think his dad or mother, both of them, are like very big deal intergalactic rich people. And I think I'm an outcast heir because I think essentially, all of my siblings conspired to have me outcast. I think there was a lot of lying, but a lot of love, and I was cast out. And so I basically just sort of had to learn a trade, and so I'm a mechanic now. My drive is to demonstrate your worth to Two-Hand Jack. So the deal with Two-Hand Jack is I'm imagining him as this very dashing, debonair, like space criminal, okay? And at one point, he held my entire family hostage. And while this was very traumatic and expensive for my family, I was in love. And so I now have to like show Two-Hand Jack my worth. He doesn't know who I am. He won't even remember who I am. But so
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You just want Senpai to notice you.
That's exactly it. Yes, that's exactly it.
And cool.
He had a gun in my face, and it was like,
That means you love me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it Giddy or Jitty Skid?
Giddy Skid.
Cool.
Giddy Skid. If I have a catchphrase, it's not my fault. It wasn't my fault. I try to be it's penitent grifter, and I'm trying to be helpful. I swear I'm trying to be helpful, and it's not my fault. It always goes sideways, and I happen to get paid along the way, but it's not my fault. You got to understand this. Which is why that CEO at Mintaka Heavy Industries, who seems really convinced that it was my fault. I'm not sure why. It was a little for the want of a nail situation that kind of got out of hand. And, I lost everything on this. So it's definitely that CEO's fault. And when I get back at them, I honestly have no idea what they look like or sound like, but I know it's their fault. And we're going to get this cleared up. It's fine.
Excellent.
Don't worry about it.
Awesome. I love this already. Cool. So let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll come back at 5 after. Oh, look at that. And we'll jump
nice
into our
timing.
first excursion. Cool. Looking forward to it. I'll see y'all in 5. All righty. Sweet. So there are there are mechanics in this game, which it's not necessary to know them all up front. We'll be going into them as they come across. The important thing to know is that, well, 2 things. We'll be using a format called an excursion, which is an adventure for this, where you'll get a bounty, and the excursion is broken into things called sets. Each set has a goal that you'll be achieving or looking to achieve, and they will lead inexorably towards your final goal of getting the bounty. There's a few different ways that we'll be rolling dice. There'll be hunt rolls, which will be what you're doing to get these hunt tokens to either trade in for things that you can trade in for money, or to solve the set goal. There are risk rolls. Basically, anytime you do something risky, we'll be doing that. And there's a way to do combat using combat rolls. And we'll talk about those as they come up. No need to front load that. Other important things. That's pretty much it. We'll hit the bits and pieces as we get to them. Cool. Let's do an excursion. This excursion is called Spare Parts, and let me get you an image of our bounty. Here we go. Sweet. So you are all hanging out on the cricket when a alert comes over the SBAN network. That's the bounty hunter network that started out just being a sweet badass name. I'm going to have to retrofit it because it sounds cool, so it'll stand for something. So we have a priority alert bounty notice all hunters. This is from Solace. Solace says, "Good day. SBAN has issued a priority orange contract open to all registered bounty hunters. The target is Thomas Fenson, also known as Tommy Fenson, also known as Trix. Fenson was awakened from cryogenic stasis 4.5 years ago, carrying considerable debt to maintenance fees and interest. Unable to pay, Fenson fled his debtors. His last known location is Phoebus City on Valparaiso 4. Like many runners, he has occupied himself committing confidence scams and petty crimes in order to scrape together money to repay his debts or simply survive. Most recently, Fenson held up a chop shop, his first known instance of criminal violence, and narrowly escaped capture by the local authorities. He is wanted by police, his creditors, and several unsavory criminal types, loan sharks, or other illegal money lenders and their thugs. Fenson is likely unarmed with a low probability of danger. Bounty is 7 credits. Remember that bounty heads must be brought in alive. SBN does not offer payment for deceased contracts. Thank you for your continued interest and service to the local cloud law enforcement authorities. So this is a bounty for 7 credits, which clearly will not cover everyone's burdens. As you go along, you will be able to pick up things either from turning in hunt tokens for goods and valuables, or possibly taking stuff. If you take someone down in a fight, you might be able to shake them down for something. The destination is Phoebus City on Valparaiso 4. I'm going to go ahead and mark a fuel for that to get you there. Where are we? A cricket. Cool. So we'll start play in orbit around Valparaiso 4. You are in a ship. You are able to travel easily wherever you like. The first set we'll be starting here is Phoebus City Shakedown, and your goal is to discover Trix Fenson's new identity. What does the ship look like on the inside while you all are lounging and or preparing to get on the job?
Okay, is everybody clean, or do we have some leaving the trash on the ground? It's okay. It's right next to the garbage can people.
Not to me.
Because okay, because that means it's not the cleanest ship around, because I try to put my trash in the garbage can also, but I'm not going to pick up other people's garbage. That's gross.
It's not. I don't really move around very much, so there's just this little cloud of garbage around my computer station.
Like that one Peanuts character.
Yeah, exactly. Pigpen. Yes.
Yeah. Got that Pigpen energy going. Okay, well it's a big place, so we've all got our space. So
Alpha, what does your bunk look like?
Occupied.
Alpha's bunk. She's got so like there's like a lower level, right, where the crew, where the long hauls for the trucks would be. That's where she's kind of stationed herself, and she's got like a lot of drapery, kind of to remind her of her hometown. She's like hung up a lot of stuff, and it's very soft and quiet in there. That's how she prefers it. She tries to stay away as much as possible from Gaiad and his mess. And so she tries to seclude herself down there as much as possible during the transits.
Cool.
Yeah.
Zephyr, what have you been working on the ship most recently?
So I think my most recent project is, okay. So I think I came to like my new life, like an outcast heir, but with all my stuff, and especially with like all my really nice like clothes, like ceremonial uniforms, like I have like all this stuff, right? And I don't wear it, but I like to have it nearby, and I like to look at it. And so I've been working on this like automated like system down in engineering where all of my clothes are at the push of a button can be like brought up to the front, and like they kind of circulate through.
Oh, like a dry cleaning thing?
Like a dry cleaning thing, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you've ever seen the movie Overboard, in the beginning where he made that like shoe thing for her, like so that like to create more space, so like there's some shoes be pushed back while the others are pushed forward. It's like that kind of thing, right? And I never get to wear this stuff anymore, but it's my stuff. Without these things, what am I, right? So,
we'll play dress up one day.
exactly.
We'll have
I'm waiting
time.
for that job. I'm waiting for the job where we have to like infiltrate
a
like, a really
party?
fancy party, right? Exactly. Yeah.
I'm already ready for that job. Oh my god.
Awesome.
You have to let me borrow something.
Exactly, right.
And you'll definitely be getting it back for the record.
Definitely.
For sure.
Giddy, you've been to Phoebus City before, but last time you were here, you pissed someone off. Why are you worried that you're gonna run into them again?
Okay, first off, that chicken was not cooked all the way through. I don't care what they kept saying. That was clearly a lie. But I didn't know that the chef was the cousin of the guy who ran that one casino, and things might have gotten a little out of hand. But as I'm sure you're all aware, it wasn't my fault. Okay, I could have gotten like poisoning. That could have seriously harmed my health. Okay, so yeah, I skipped out on the bill, but they need to. Health inspectors clearly not doing their job in that city, which I might have mentioned a few times, so they might not be totally happy with me either. But as long as we don't go to that little neighborhood where everybody knows everybody, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Great.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got your bounty. What would you like to do first?
Well, I can recommend about 5 places we don't want to eat. Let's see.
I think Alpha, she's the security expert, or at least she thinks herself that way. As we're entering, once we get out of like the atmospheric interference, she's immediately gonna start hitting the global network of the planet to start, trying to find out where the strange patterns are. Somebody like Fenson here is gonna be causing some ripples, right? If he maybe pull up some of that footage from the convenience store he hit up, try and do some backtracking.
Awesome.
Are you gonna hack?
Yeah.
It sounds like it. Cool. Well, this sounds like a fantastic time to do a hunt roll. So this is the thing that you all will be doing often when you are investigating the world, exploring your environment, asking for information. We'll do one of these rolls. And basically the way it works is you take one die, a light die, for just asking the questions and investigating. If you have a skill or piece of equipment that will help you, that'll give you a second die. And I think your penetration skills.
Yeah, penetration. Yeah.
There.
So, there's like the publicly available stuff, right? That they've put out there. But I'm looking for like, hey, did that scanner at the store scan his idents as he came in, or the stuff that's encrypted.
Cool.
So that's just 2 light dice?
Yeah, go ahead and roll those dice, and we'll see what the highest one is.
That's 5.
Can he get help?
5.
Say that again?
I was asking if he could get help, but I'm good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think a 5 will do it. Cool. So you'll take 1 luck token, or sorry, 1 hunt token. Go ahead and mark that on your sheet there under hunt. And something terrible happens as well. Yeah, tell me a little bit about where exactly you're scanning, like the video from the chop shop and looking around there.
Yeah, so like I've got the footage pulled up, and it's like that. It's only like 15 seconds long, but I keep watching it forward and backwards.
Ooh, and you zoom and enhance.
Zoom and enhance, lots of yeah. It can tell all the pixels. It's and I'm looking through like the moment where he like pulls it out, and there's it looks like his face, right, from the bounty.
Yeah, I think he's actually not alone. He's not. I don't think he has the wherewithal to pull this job alone. He's with someone else. And the thing that was not reported was that the owner of the shop actually pulled a shotgun sawed-off out from under the counter and just took the other guy's head off, and Fenson ran. So it was very messy. this part is not part of the public record, so you actually had to scrub through some of the
so there's like
go
a
to
blank spot in the tape, right?
Yeah.
Right. There's a
And
blank spot in the tape. He walks in, he holds up the gun, it goes,
Yeah.
and then like he's running out, and the glass is all shattered, and I have to
Yeah.
like break down and all of the ASCII characters and like recombine it.
Yeah, and the shop owner actually, you see him like giving someone a call. There's a period of time, and then a couple people show up and help clean up, and then the official footage starts again.
Sounds sketch.
Mark, would I be able to? So presumably there was some sort of like investigation that took place after this incident, right?
Yeah, standard police.
Would I be able to? Yeah, would I be able to use my bureaucracy skill to like pretend to be someone trying to get a hold of the reports? So find out more about where he might be, or like what leads the cops have, or whatever. So.
Yeah, how would you like to do that?
Yeah, well, so I think what I'm going to do is I will. I have a makeup / disguise kit in my loadout, and I think that like, because this is space in the future, so I think my disguise kit actually let me like alter my voice as well.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
So I think I have a bunch of like, in various systems, I have a bunch of like go-to voices for named people that I'm going to pretend to be on the comms or whatever, and so I think between. So and I'm just going to basically pretend to be like somebody with I'm going to pretend to be an official, basically.
Cool. So calling up the local authorities and checking in. Great. So let's make that the roll first and then see what happens. So yeah, that's definitely going to be 2 dice, one for asking questions and one for using your disguise kit. Let's see what we get.
Or bureaucracy, for that matter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I got 3.
Ooh.
I get nothing.
You slap those Groucho Marx glasses on and you go for it.
Great. So you call down to the Phoebus City authority, and just someone who looks like they've been working the desk this is their second shift, and like Sergeant Cole, how can I direct your inquiry?
This is Inspector, I guess. This is Inspector Lewis, and I wanted to ask I wanted to get files on the incident in what was the incident again?
It was a chop shop.
Murphy's chop shop. What was? The chop shop. Yeah. I just give them that whatever the incident was. We have a lot of we want to do some follow up, and I'm just trying to follow up on some leads.
Who are you with?
So if you could just send over whatever you got. The intergalactic.
Let's say the agency.
Department of Investigations. I know that one.
Don't make it too complicated. What are you doing?
You're looking at the Fenson case?
Fenson, right? The Fenson case, exactly.
And I can reach you at this number. Are you on planet?
No. We're gonna need you to send that one remotely, actually.
Yeah, I got a flag on this one. If you need something, you're gonna need to come down and.
Oh, is that my terrible thing? I have to go down there.
Yeah, Lewis, it is. All right. I will. I'll put your name here in the case file, and let folks you'll be coming down show up, and let folks know that you'll be here.
Great. We'll definitely do that. Thanks.
Can I help you with anything else?
I imagine so, but not right now at this moment.
All right. If I'm not here, just give the officer at the desk your name.
I'll be really sad to not see you.
All right.
Brilliant.
I should have. I don't know. I didn't think he was going to ask all those questions. What was I supposed to do?
You keep it simple. You got to go by that KISS principle.
The
Keep it simple,
agency?
stupid. Yes, the agency. You let them fill in the blanks.
Oh, I see. They
Yeah.
fill in the details with their imaginations. Got it.
Oh,
Did-
exactly.
The
Did
grifter
Alpha
knows.
share his work with the rest of us?
Well, I imagined I was standing a foot behind him, making faces and yelling at him the whole time. So
Oh, are we actually
that might well be, but
Alpha?
Gaia is buried in his own screen. So the question is whether Alpha made sure everybody else saw what he was.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Alpha probably brings it to Gaiad first. Gaiad, aren't you supposed to be pretty busy piloting this bucket of bolts down to the planet?
are we?
Otto handles that job. I only have to do things when Otto doesn't work.
It is the future.
I bet you Two-Hand Jack would have grabbed Vincent by now.
But
Look, you can't worry about that every time we go somewhere. You got to
I'm
do
just
it your
saying.
way.
I'm just saying Two-Hand Jack he's really, really good at what he does. And
I don't think Two-Hand Jack slums it down to 7 credit bounties.
well, everybody has to start somewhere, right?
Exactly. Look, if you're gonna get Two Hands Jack's attention, you've got to be the best you that you can be. You can't always think about how Two Hand Jack would do something.
I can't help it. It's like, I don't know, I can't help it. He put that gun in my face and it's like he imprinted on me, you know? There's nothing I can do about it.
And I understand that okay, I don't understand that at all, but we'll work on it, buddy.
Well, intense emotions, bring something out in you, right? That's how emotions work.
Yeah. Yeah. Try to get some extra credits from this. Get one of them little talk therapies for you, but that's for later. It's gonna be fine. So did we identify the other guy in the video?
Well, Gaiad might be able to take a look at it and find out.
that's kind of what I was thinking. Except I was going to go at it from two. Well, I was going to go at it a little bit surreptitiously because I don't know what name Fenson's going by here, but I assume if this is somewhat, is everyone chipped in the future? That is to say, for the purposes of advertising.
Probably there's some sort of ID. Maybe folks are, there is a gray market of either removing or faking chips. We'll say there's some sort of ID thing.
Right. So that's what I'm going into is the ad network.
Nice.
When these two guys go into the store, there are going to be two sets of identifiers for these guys. And when Fenson leaves, there's going to be one set of identifiers associated with him.
Nice.
So I'm following the ads that are tracking him.
Awesome.
That's what I'm going to be going after.
Love it. So you're using your hacking to get into that?
Yes, to see if I can pick up a trail of where he went next.
Cool. Let's roll 2 dice and see what the highest one is.
Are we rolling online or am I just rolling at home?
Either one. We can roll online or we're grown-ups. dice in person is fine.
Okay, you can speak for yourself about that grown-up nonsense.
Yeah. Sorry, my dogs are going nuts.
That's all right.
Oh, the promise of dogs makes me happy.
Sorry, what am I rolling now? 2 dice? 2 light
yeah,
dice?
just 2 dice. Yeah.
So what is that? Jason Hunt 2?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you're using the trophy roller, it's /Hunt 2. Yeah,
Thanks.
that's what I'm using.
Oh, cool.
For God's sakes.
It's being very unkind today.
Yes, it is. I rolled a 2.
You roll a 2. Oh, all right. Great. So yeah, you are able to. Oh, geez. Yeah. So you're able to get the ad tracking numbers on the 2 that went in, and you don't have ID for either, although one is definitely Fenson. And there's Phoebus has some new agencies working there, and as you're trying to like go through and peel through the system and get those back, it actually feeds back to you, and ads start popping up in your you have some sort of hacking visor or something, like just crashing your trace and just obscuring everything, and now you've just got like ads for custom wear and the casinos and whatnot. It's a mess. It might take a
Who
little while
programmed
to
this
sort
thing?
this.
Oh, I was gonna make a sweet burn in response to who programmed this thing, and then I went completely blank. I just want everybody to know it was gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be
and you're
good.
missing out.
Insert sweet burn here.
Oh yeah, it was really funny until I lost it. Okay, okay, so we're getting a ton of pop-up ads.
Yeah.
And
Gaia, did you say that you're having the autopilot bring you down to the planet?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Unless there's some issue, I won't get involved with the auto.
Yeah. The Phoebus spaceport is kind of well known across the cluster to be like it's the jewel of the planet. It's a kind of a tourist destination, kind of like Grand Central. It's got like arching atriums with gilt, only tastefully gilt, not disgusting. Ceilings with stars across the top, and people from all over the place going in and out all the time. Yeah, and it's just super nice. There's in the everyone kind of knows the landmark is kind of there's a like a giant gold statue of a phoenix in the middle of the center of the concourse. It's got like holographically animated flames and stuff on it. Yeah, that's fun. So if you want to pull into the spaceport, it is a easy destination. Or if you want to put down somewhere more discreet, you can also choose to do that.
I think we should park in the public space because I love cricket to death, but it kind of tempts a lot of people. It looks easily boostable. So I know it sucks, but let's pay for parking. And yeah. And of course cricket's well known, so you don't want people just stumbling across our giant green baby.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
the docking fees are
should be
automatically deducted from the ship's account. You're all good. There's no problem there, and you're able to travel at will. What would you like to do?
Cool. Okay, so I know we ended up getting a bunch of pop-up ads, but I've been here before, so I know I would have a rough idea about what stores use those specific pop-ups to maybe get a better idea about where exactly he might have ended up. I could do that with Foresight.
Ooh.
That's what that is, right?
Yeah. So I think the ads are kind of ubiquitous, but you definitely do know the area. It's kind of the shop is in the same neighborhood as the Four Jacks, the casino you got kicked out of before. So you should be able to. Yeah, you were escorted.
Yeah.
Gently.
Am I rolling things?
So if you want to poke around that neighborhood, is there anyone in particular you might know around there?
Ooh, who also doesn't hate me?
Yeah. Or, owes you a professional courtesy.
Oh, I did get my hair did. And so the barbers in that neighborhood, it's neutral ground. So I think they'd be okay with us dropping in there.
Nice. So you want to head over to the west side there and talk to your buddy. Yeah. What's the barber's name? The barber's name is Hallie. Yeah.
Allie the barber.
Yeah. Hallie the barber.
Every-
Cool. So
Everybody
you can,
knows.
yeah,
Allie.
Hallie's. Yeah. What are the rest of y'all
Everyone
doing?
gets their hair did there.
I think that, gosh, do I want to go try to talk to the cops? I mean, I feel like that's probably the most dangerous thing to do, but I kind of want to do it. So, yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's something to do.
Was Fenson brought out of cryo here, or was he
No,
brought out of cryo on another planet?
He was brought out of cryo somewhere else, and he wound up here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna try and find like the local, like, satellite of that company that had him in to try and like get records back, right?
Yeah.
Do like a back search on him to see if he shows up in their records, what he might have done before, or to get any clues from that kind of side
Awesome.
of things.
Yeah, that would be what was it? Ibis Holistics is one of the major cryo freeze places here, or in the cluster. And great, Gaia, you coming out? Are you hanging out in the ship? What is your plan?
Gaian's not really comfortable outside the ship, but he's running low on snacks, and since Fenson was at a convenience store, I figure there's no harm in at least going to the convenience store and loading up on snacks and coming back.
Nice.
And if, while I'm there, I notice anything, great.
That actually sounds better. I think I'm going to go with Gaia to the convenience store.
Oh, do y'all just want to do a snack run
I think we're
first?
just doing a snack run. Yeah. This one's really good. And you all should, you guys should know that I travel with, so one of the things I got was I have a large automated luggage carrying convoy vehicle thing, or like a little, it follows me basically, and that's where I keep my rail gun, which is too big and heavy to carry, and the tarp and other things. So that's with me as well.
Yeah,
and I'm also going to load it up with space Doritos as well. So
sweet.
Space Doritos.
Yeah, and y'all don't have to. Y'all don't have to
No,
stick
there's
together.
no
You can go off and
improving
do your
the
own thing
Dorito.
too. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of invested in the snack run now.
Sweet. Cool.
I like to think that the satellite office is nearby, but not quite there.
Sweet. Cool.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So you show up at, this is, the west side where Fenton, sort of hung out and lived and quote worked. Although the central district where the spaceport is, it's basically flawless. It's almost like an amusement park, kind of like the downtown strip of Vegas if it was much cleaner. But
like downtown Disney.
Yeah, downtown Disney, exactly. But as you head west into the neighborhoods outside of the tourist district, it definitely gets both a little bit more crowded during the day, less crowded at night, and definitely more lived in for sure. So this is more of a residential local neighborhood that he's in. There's actually trash on the street, and street vendors and whatnot, but not fewer tourists. So there's trade-offs. So you're heading to the chop shop where the incident happened. Chop shop is a chain of convenience stores, and since it's in a not great area, it's got the sort of like the dispenser rows of all the snacks and drinks and stuff, and the checkout has the glass, and there's someone operating the glass or the register behind it.
This was your plan, Guy. Go first. I'm busy chasing away a hop-on my luggage trolley. So.
My plan was just to get snacks. I'm getting snacks.
Okay, well.
So, yeah, I'm just loading up the cart with all kinds of the worst possible junk food. Whatever passes for port grinds, Cheetos, more dust the better.
Oh, yo, grab me some future Little Debbie snacks.
Of course I will. And then the ones with more saturated
Ew.
fat are the ones I eat.
Yeah.
But yes, so yeah, just load up the cart with those and bring them up to the counter. And I'm looking around to see, based on where Fenson and his buddy came in, and where they were found, where that one guy dropped, whether there's still any evidence of anything having been there, whether they really did a good job cleaning, that kind of thing. And I don't know. What I don't know is if I brought my cloud of ads with me, whether I attracted the ads or whether that was just the consequence of the investigation. So
Yeah, I think that was a consequence of the investigation. It's probably still, like flies on your gear, but as you travel around, they're everywhere anyway, so
yeah,
it doesn't stand out.
It's not as if I step into the store and there's a swarm of ads that follow me into.
No more than usual. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and so you are, as you're checking out, you almost feel a chill because you notice exactly where the other guy fell. You don't, sort of looking around on the floor and whatnot, you don't see anything left over. It seems like whoever did it or whoever cleaned up did a pretty good job. But you do notice that the sort of the end cap has a lot of things on it, as if covering up a little bit of damage.
Oh no. Mysterious stains.
Okay.
Mysterious dents. What would you like to do?
While he's checking my stuff in, I'm gonna start just whirring at it, like you would if you had a pen knife and you're carving your name into a table. I'm just sort of poking at it, like it looks different, and it's just attracted my attention. I'm just making a point of noticing it really loudly with my gestures.
No, are you trying to attract his attention by doing that, or?
Not obviously. That is to say, I'm not like looking at him and poking it, but I'm like focused on it. And if he happens to notice me because I'm being obvious, that's great. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. I think he, after going through and checking everything out and kind of looking to you for payment, he notices doing that and just says, "Excuse me, can I help you reach something? Is there something else you're looking for?"
No, man, it's not perfect here.
Yeah, it's shop. Nothing's perfect here.
Those are perfect. I point out
that should be on a t-shirt.
Nothing's perfect here.
I really want the t-shirt.
Sorry, you said what's perfect here?
I said that particular snack right there, the Cheetos extra dust. Those are perfect.
Yeah, they just came in as $38.25.
I fork over my credit chip so he can scan it.
Cool.
What happened here? I
What do you
poke at
mean?
it again. I say, that's definitely not perfect.
What are you, from corporate?
Corporate? Do I look corporate?
I don't know. Secret shopper. You need anything else, man?
What if I was corporate? I give him a sly look.
Then I don't know. You'd probably be writing me up. So
I don't get a discount?
Man. I don't know how it works, man. I get paid nothing to work here, basically. So if you got to do something, do something. Am I looking for another job?
Man, I thought my job stunk. I shake my head.
Or just let me know what I need to fix and I'll fix it.
Well,
or if you're not corporate and you're just fucking with me, like, I don't have all day, man. There's other folks here.
This is not really my thing. So I'm going to look a little...
I think while
I'm going to look a little helpless at him. Like, what the hell is he talking about? And I'll shrug and take my goods and totter out of the place and leave the actual talking to someone who can actually talk.
Zephyr.
You got my vegan Debbie's plant sweets though, right?
Maybe somewhere.
So I do have banter skill, and
Awesome.
I think for me the thing is I didn't step foot into a grocery store until like my 20s,
Mhm.
and so I'm still very like into the novelty of going and just picking out whatever food you want and buying
Yeah.
it instead of someone else doing that for you. And so and so like I'm just like hitting him with like lots of questions, like do people like this? Is this why is this here? Like I'm very like just into the details of the stuff, and I'm trying to like be invested. I think I'm legitimately invested in what he does for a living here at the store, like tell me about you kind of thing, right? Is he good looking?
Yeah, he's average looking. He's youngish, not underage, but he's
well,
average.
I have been brought low overall in life,
Yeah.
so I'll make it work.
Wow. He could have a great personality. You don't know.
Right, yeah, I know. So I'm just like, I'm taking over for my companion here, and asking lots of questions about the store, just trying to get him to trust me and get him to like open up.
Cool. Do you feel like this is a hunt roll? Trying to get
Feels like a
some
hunt roll to
information?
me.
Yeah, let's do it then. I think you got 2 dice there, one for asking and one for your banter.
Hopefully the dice will be nicer this time. A little better. I got a 4.
Got a 4. Great. So you get a token,
Yay.
and something happens. Yeah. So he's into it. He's not. I think he's not used to people treating him like a person. So he's like, he's happy to talk about a job. When he started, he's doing this just for beer money. He lives over at the the Pillar Arm, so he's got a little coffin there. But it's a living. You gotta I'm not, this doesn't work with the tourists, right? So here I am.
Oh, you're not. Oh, come on. You're not giving yourself enough credit here.
Thanks. What are you gonna look familiar? You're not from around here.
No. I'm from off system. And well, it's funny. I actually came here because I heard about some incident that took place here, and I don't know. It's a little bit of like, kind of just curiosity piqued. If you have to pick a chop shop, might as well pick the chop shop where there was it a beheading, I think.
I don't know. Andy was working that night, and some guy tried to come in and rob him. Our security here says there was a shot fired, but the guy got away. So I can point you to Andy, I guess, if you want. Are you a cop? Are you? I don't know, what's going on?
No, not at all. No, I'm. I mean, if I was law enforcement, would I be rolling around with this giant railgun and tarp? I mean, come on.
A what?
I really think it depends on the cop.
Takes a
Totally
step
fair.
backwards. He's like, all right, cool, man. Yeah, if you want to come back and talk to Andy sometime, he'll be here. And he's like, makes a couple of suspicious moves. It's just like, really nice talking to you. Thanks for the chat. But I probably got some stocking or something to get done.
Don't be nervous. I can barely lift the thing. Trust me, it's not even like it's nothing to worry about at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried. That's cool. Cool. Yeah, I'll talk to you later, I guess. I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna put this put the thing down here. Security goes black, and he like opens up the door and walks out. I just gotta take care of some stuff, and I'll back. Anyone needs me, just holler.
I can barely lift the thing.
I look at Gaia and I say, I got a name, Andy. So there you go.
Less of an armament, more of an accessory, I guess. Jeez.
Cool. What would you like to do next?
Get my snacks.
Yeah, and there's an auto pay system, so it's got like everything's shipped, so you can just like do a self checkout.
Oh yeah, you might notice I made it real meta there by eating an actual fudge round as I purchased my future space fudge round. That's vegan, apparently, and made of plants. Okay. Delicious snacks. Okay, you got a name of.
Yep, got a name. And I think I'll just probably, I mean, if we want to go to the other group, that's cool. But I just, I'll probably just like take in some local sites while we wait on Andy's shift to start. So
yeah, I think as you leave the chop shop, a couple of people in uniform start walking your way, and one of them gives a nod to her partner and points at you and says, "Hey, excuse us for a second. Can we talk to you?"
I'd rather not, but okay.
Let's cut over to the other group. Well,
It's a commercial.
yeah, nothing here is perfect.
It's
I really want a T-shirt now.
So I was thinking about it, and this religious cult that I was a member of was called the Children of the End, and they believe strongly that that these cryostasis folk should have been allowed to have a natural death, and not brought back. And so that's what my book of morality is. That's what this little and it's like this hard-cased steel book, and there's like thin metal pages in it. It's very strange, but it's very recognizable as a Children of the End thing. And so Alpha she's put on this sort of like, she's going back to that sort of look, and she's gone up to the clinic, and she wants to like plead to one of the folks running the clinic, like, please, will you listen to the Children of the End and try and get that person and get their idents from them so that she can sneak around the back and get in.
Awesome. I think this is actually gonna be a risk roll if you're gonna be trying to take some stuff off of them. Great. So the way this works, you'll get a light die if you have a skill or something that you're using to do this thing. And it looks like Alpha has the book morality. Perfect. That's a perfect thing to start with. And then we can get another light die by taking a Call of the Void from another player. So basically, what this means is that we'll go around and people can suggest things, a complication or something bad that might happen, whether or not you succeed. And this means that it should be able to happen either way. So it can't preclude one outcome or the other. So for example, let's say a Call of the Void might be whether you get her ident or not and get in the back, security is alerted. And so you can choose one of these to get your die, or decide that you don't want them and just go with one die. So I think that's the one I'm going to go with. Seems pretty obvious.
Remind me what the exact goal is again, Greg.
So I want to get basically get a valid set of idents off of one of the people working at this cryo lab, so that I can get inside.
Oh, okay.
And I think also part of my risk roll, I can use one of my augments, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm using skeleton, right? The security protocols are all sort of out there. So I've already got one dark die.
Fantastic.
But the objective is to get that valid set of idents.
Yeah, and we can also anyone can suggest something that might go wrong as a result of a failed roll, and I'll take that into consideration.
I'm going to make an offer here for which is that. So you said you were part of this, you're part of this cult, right? We don't know much about like how you got involved with the cult, but if you're cool with it, I kind of like the idea of you got involved with the cult because like you were into somebody in the cult, right? Maybe there's like some
that's totally valid.
And that person just happens to be around. They just show up.
Oh.
And
they're also protesting or something, or
yeah. They're just there, and you're like, oh, so
Okay.
awkward social thing. That's my offer for a dice.
Morgan or Merwin, do you have one?
Uh,
I don't really have
because
anything.
I was gonna suggest something similar with actually somebody like from your cult was working there like undercover because they were gonna blow the place up. Also,
I like combining the two personally. I think that
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm totally into that. And well, I'm going through the names here. There's some real winners.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Okay. Wait.
Nepturna.
Nepturna.
Wait a minute. If you were
Yeah.
a member of a cult called Children of the End, shouldn't your name be Omega? Okay, I'm
Ooh.
done. Okay, I'm done. That's it. Carry on.
Yeah, so Nepturna is, I think she's there, and I see her in the crowd, and yeah, it's an unmistakable face. So that's a 2-1 risk roll.
Yeah.
2-1, right? That worked. It worked. Ooh. Okay, so that's a 5, but it's a 5 on the dark die.
Ooh, okay.
Which is
so
higher than my current burn.
Higher than your current burn. Great. So that'll bump your burn up there, and you succeed. And we have a complication. Yeah. So I think let's say the setting is, it's a pretty like a spacious lobby area, like the ground floor of a skyscraper, and it's very sterile, and it's got some sort of like Egyptian motif vaguely, and you're able to talk to there's a woman working at the front desk with a computer, making appointments, taking appointments, helping refer people and whatnot, and technicians and other various office people are bustling around. And as you're talking with the woman at the desk, you lock eyes with someone with a with a little clipboard pad going into an elevator, and you lock eyes, and it's Nepturna, and she kind of does a micro expression double take. She clearly recognizes you, but she is in cover and does not acknowledge you. How do you get the idents?
So yeah, this person's like at the counter, and I'm there with the book, and I force it into her hands, and like, no, please think about it, and I rest my hand just over the counter, and this tendril shoots out of my hand, jacks into the back of her screen. There's a very quick data transfer, it flies back in, and then of course when she's like, oh, you children of the end, you're always around. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, when you lean over, you see that it's only the top half of a person, and it's a drudge working underneath, and she's just sort of slides back on a gantry. And when you do your skeleton, you actually get into her, it connects up to something, a port on her wrist or something, and you're able to pull the data from that.
Ooh, how intimate.
Very intimate.
Ooh. Maybe there's even a little in my head as I do that.
Yeah.
Then yeah, so of course I'm guessing that the person does not accept the book, and she hands it back to me. Yes, yeah. And I go, thank you, and I'll go and do the I do this all the time in big buildings where it's the elevator look, where you look around, and I'll take a different route than the one it actually came in. I got turned around, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm passing my idents to get into the actual cryo area.
Yeah, and there's a bank of elevators that are marked to go to different sets of floors, and goes 1 to 20, 21 to 40, 41 to 60.
I'm gonna try and get back to their data store or whatever, to try and pull up this guy's record.
Cool. I think you put your ident in, and an elevator opens up, and you get on it by yourself. And as the doors close, a hand stops the door from closing, and it's Nepturna, and she just sort of like walks in and turns to face the front, presses a button, and the doors close. And she just turns to you and says, "You look familiar." Back to the street in front of the chop shop. So these are two officers of the local law, and there's a excuse me, sir, with the it's a sir, right? Yeah, with the case. We just wanted to ask you a couple questions.
If you must, sure.
We just got an alarm call from the chop shop here, saying that someone
This
had
one?
yeah, this one right here. Were you in there by any chance?
Yes, but I didn't hear an alarm though.
No. There's been some incidents here recently, and we got notice that someone came in there with a weapon, and we just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Oh, do you mean this very large railgun on my luggage trolley?
And they
Is that what
they
you're
like
talking
take a
about?
step back, and their hands go to
there's no
where
hiding
their
this
weapons
thing,
are.
so-
Yeah. They're like, "Do you have Yeah, that would be it. A railgun."
Yeah, it's I use it for hunting, and
Can I see your ID, please?
no.
Can we see your ID, please? Are you registered to hunt in the city?
What do you hunt in a city?
Big fucking raccoons.
And I'm just like, I'm kind of like, I think I'm not like, I'm very much like, I'm only accustomed to the cops behaving in a deferential manner to me.
Yeah.
And
This is the first time they've. Yeah.
and so
Oh.
I don't know what to do here, and so I'm just like, and so I think I'm just like, Gaiad, my banter is failing me currently because
I snap at these guys because I've got like bags and bags of groceries hanging off of me, and I'm going, can you guys just walk us back to our ship? We're trying to get back to the ship.
Back to the ship, for sure.
Where's your ship?
At
And
the
where are you
port,
going?
we're supposed to park. We're leaving when we get our snacks. I paid for these snacks. Can we go to our ship?
I just want to make sure everything's clear here. Is there a reason you're walking around with heavy weaponry in Phoebus City?
So
I'm
no
not
one
walking
else
around
gets
with
it? It seems obvious to me. If we have it, nobody else does. This is how we keep our stuff safe. This is
Yeah,
how I keep my snacks safe.
They always say to never leave your things in a parked vehicle.
Sir?
Not supposed to-
That's a terrific point.
You're
And
not supposed to
technically-
leave your valuables in a parked vehicle.
And technically, I'm not walking around with it. It's on this automated trolley. So
It's in its case. It's fine.
and I can barely lift the thing anyway. Like by the time I could threaten somebody with it, they'd be like halfway down the block. It wouldn't even matter.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that. All right. Look, we don't want any trouble, and we're definitely not tour guides. So let's just see some ID, and we can all get on with our days.
My hands are full. Stay out of my pockets.
I
I don't
gonna,
want to.
I think I'm going to just. I assume we don't have like valid ID. Like if what
I
would
think
happen,
you all
like,
do have, yeah.
Oh, do we?
Because
Okay.
we're registered.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
as
everyone's
bounty
registered
registered.
hunters.
hunters. Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. That's a good point. Yeah, I'd be like, sure, officer, of course.
Yeah.
It's not illegal to be a bounty hunter, is it?
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it
Well,
is.
in that
It is
case,
a legal vocation.
I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that. Well, this is to do bounties, and I hand them my ID over.
Yeah, they scan their ID, and there's like two waves of emotion on their face. Like once when they're like, okay, yeah, these the register, they got some heavy weaponry, and okay, I don't know why we're here. And then the second wave hits when they like see your family name, and they're like, oh, we're sorry, we didn't mean to bother you. This is Sorry, this is a misunderstanding. He's just a scared kid in there. It's all right. You and your friends are free to go. Is there anything we can help you with while you're here?
Well, and then I think I might like push the issue with Fenson. Do you remember? And I think I might ask him about Fenson. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a hunt roll for that.
I thought you were gonna go full Karen and ask to see their
Just to see the
supervisor for
manager,
this
yeah.
inconvenience.
Yeah,
You could. What would you like to use for a second?
I think maybe banter, or for the second die, or
or bureaucracy, maybe?
or even outcast air. Well, that's my background.
Oh yeah, outcast air. I like that. Yeah.
Well, it's a background, sort of a skill, I guess. Maybe banter, or even I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just like I'm chatting with them. I think that.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Just chat.
Let's see what we get.
2.
Yeah. So as soon as you mentioned Fenton, they exchange look again, and that third wave of emotion, the third shoe drops, and yeah, they just immediately say, "It's probably not safe to be asking about that." So, unless there's something else you'd like to tell us about who you're working with, maybe you should get back to your ship and get off the planet. Go back to your family. Where it's safe.
That bridge was burned a long time ago. Sure. We'll guide and we'll go back to the ship, right?
Yeah.
Back to the ship.
Where is Giddy during all this?
That's a good question.
Were you at Chop Chop, or?
Apparently, I've been just hanging out outside waiting for my snacks.
I'm sure you were. Okay, yeah. Well, in that case,
I was playing like Minesweeper or something.
Yeah, I'll turn to Giddy and I'll be like, yeah, we'll go back to the ship, right? We don't have anything else to do out here.
Of course not.
After we get the snacks in the ship, I figure we can maybe see the sights a little bit, but unless we get a lead on this Fenson guy, I don't really know what to do.
Oh, we got to go get my hair did. Ask the people.
I think they tail you back to the ship to make sure you go back. Do you want to try and peel off? There's only 2 of them, so.
Oh no, not at all.
Well, he's really. Our snacks are really important, though. They better go on the ship.
There.
I'll go back, but I think once we do go back out again, I'm going to put a length of tarp over the trolley so that people don't see my railgun.
Fair.
Do something with the tarp.
I like the little ghost tarp that follows you around.
Yeah.
You should draw a face on it.
I mean, it's a lot of tarp, so I have to actually tie a great big piece of it up in a bundle because it's too much of a tarp. It could cover the ship. It's so big, and but I'll use a little bit to cover up or at least put it on top of the railgun so people don't see the railgun.
Oh yeah, you're just transporting tarp.
About that.
Nice.
Exactly.
Let's jump back to the elevator. You look familiar.
And I think
is there like a sort of call and response phrase that people in the cult use?
Oh yeah, there probably is. Yeah, and so Alpha will be like
a Hail Hydra thing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one,
but like
one world, one people kind of, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like Handmaid's Tale. May their sleep be restful. And
permanent.
No.
Yeah, and I think that the callback
that's
is
the response.
Yeah, and eternal. Yeah.
Eternal.
Oh, the ultimate nap time.
Does she acknowledge that? Does she return the?
Yeah, she says and restful or and eternal. Yeah.
So yeah, Alpha's gonna stop, do the emergency stop on the elevator.
Yeah, I think with the ident you're able to do that without incident.
not. I was going to use the titanium crowbar because that's an awesome tool. Yeah, and she'll be like, Nepturna,
Alpha,
it's me.
what are you doing here? Were you sent?
I didn't realize they assigned two of us.
Oh. Well, I'm just gathering information.
Nepturna, the end is now.
Now,
Now.
we're striking now?
I thought they would have updated you. And then like Alpha will like put in a different floor.
Mhm.
Yeah, we must. Now is the time to pull the plug.
All right then. And she reaches inside her lab coat, and in one hand she pulls out a some sort of energy pistol, and the other one is looks like some sort of timer or detonator or something.
Oh, that's not good. So I'm hoping that I wanted to change the floor to like an empty floor, one that you know, like there's rented office space, right? And it's
I think it's part of the skeleton deal. You sort of like gotta like flash like blueprints and whatnot in there. So.
Hold on, I gotta look up what my because like handcuffs are one of the things, right?
Yeah, for the equipment you can grab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like get her to an abandoned floor,
Mm-hmm.
and then handcuff her and kick her out of the elevator.
Okay. Yeah, I think she's very excited about the end time coming, and she's like excitedly talking. And when the elevators open on the 28th floor, she kind of steps out and looks around. There's no one here. This isn't where it is.
You're a fool, Nepturna. And I'll slap the cuffs on her.
Nice.
Is this a risk roll?
I think this is a combat roll.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're fighting your ex.
Yeah, she is armed.
That's true. Okay.
Do you still want to do that?
Yeah. No.
All right.
Cool. I don't have to like kill her if I win, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
We will defeat her. Cool, I can use these here. Great. So the way the combat works is going to be you have a weapon on you, I assume.
Yeah. So I have not brought my double Ocho Magnum, but my opal-handed vibro shiv just kind of shoots out of my hands. Yeah.
Nice. So tell me how this attack of yours is exposing you to injury or retaliation somehow.
Well, I've given up control of the elevator at this point, so she could like, I don't know. I guess I'm just vulnerable because I'm not expecting her. That's even better. I'm not expecting her to actually respond with violence.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Great. So you're the only one here fighting. So let's roll one die to get you a weak point.
Okay. Is that /weak?
Yeah, just /weak.
6.
Woo boy. All right.
Oh boy.
It'll be fun. Great. So you're the only one involved in the fight. She has a trouble score of 7. So you'll be rolling one die to try and meet or beat 7. Is there anything?
Good luck.
Yeah. I don't think if there's.
I don't think that's how math works.
Let's see. Do you have,
that's how, well, in regular Trophic World, that's how it goes. You just have to.
You just
have to do a round of narration.
Suck it for one round. Yeah. No, I like that. Do I roll combat 1 or is it just /combat and it'll do 1?
You have to put the number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's just roll one combat die and see what happens.
Ooh, didn't hit my weak point.
That's good. Cool. So tell me what your attack looks like when you go for the cuffs.
Well, I think, so I'm going for the cuffs, and before I can get the second hand on, she swings around with the pistol and just like puts a bead of like, it's like a needle gun, because that's
Yeah,
fun
yeah.
in sci-fi, right?
Love
And
it.
so there's like a line of needles that shoots ridiculously fast. I'm not expecting it. So
Cool.
I managed to duck down, pull my knife, and as I swipe up at her hand just to try and disarm her, she's already like running down the hallway into the like this construction area with lots of tarps, because
did you
tarps
say
are a
you got
theme
the
now.
cuff on? Did you say you got the cuff on one
I
of the
got
wrists?
one cuff on her,
Yeah.
right? But
Was
it's
it-
not enough.
Was on the pistol wrist or on the detonator wrist?
Detonator wrist.
Cool. Yeah. So she runs off behind a tarp, and you lose her for a second. Do you press on?
Yeah. And
All right.
now I'm super concerned.
Yeah.
So Alpha's just like swearing under her breath and cutting through these tarps, running through
Nice.
the construction area. So I get to roll
cool.
2 now, right?
You get to roll 2 now.
So we've got needle guns, but the technology of tarps has not improved at all in the future.
Nope.
Nope. No, tarps.
Why improve perfection?
You got her.
That's an 8.
An 8. Awesome. Did you roll a 6?
I did not.
Cool. Great. So tell me what that looks like. She probably as you're kind of looking through, she swipes this. Oh no, you see her the shadow of her arm come up again and like roll out of the way just as the needles penetrate the tarp. So how do you take her down?
So yeah, she's got the I see her raise her hand up. I slice through. I just cut her hand a little bit, but it's enough for her hand to go, right? It's like the back of her hand. She drops the needle gun. I grab the other arm with the detonator and I wrap her around one of the structural pillars, right? Because they stripped most of the room. I clamp her to the other side of it, take the detonator, throw it as far as I possibly can. And then I'll take from her book of morality, right? Because she has to have one.
Yeah.
You have to have one with you.
She has a pocket-sized one, yeah.
Right. And I'm like, you're a fool, Nepturna. You're a fool. They're lying to you. And I'll throw that as well, like out the side of the building.
Nice. Let's get you a loot roll here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That was a trouble of a 7. So see what we get.
2.
That's really good.
That's
That's
really
not
good.
bad at all.
Yeah. Great.
Okay,
so do you want to
2
say a couple things that you find, or do you want to hang on to it?
I think what Nepturna might have on her. Oh, so she's been working here for a while.
Yeah.
Right. So I think she has like a ton of like data mining information on a data pad about
data.
all of these people that have been brought out of cryostasis. Like she's been keeping tabs on them for something else, but all of that identifying information would be worth a lot to the right broker.
Nice. Great.
And then I'm making for the elevator as fast as I can, because I still have to, get some information about this guy.
I'm going to make you an offer. So that sensitive data is worth 2 if you turn it in later on. If you want to do some destructive forensics on it, let's turn one of those into a hunt token.
Oh, one of the credits into a hunt token?
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Do we want to burn between Zephyr and Alpha? We have 3 hunt tokens.
We could do it, yeah. I mean, just to kind of like, what was the goal again? To just like
find out his new identity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So, which presumably will lead us to him faster, right? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm okay with spending my token. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, let's burn him. Maybe it's even on the data pad.
Yeah,
that would be really convenient.
Yeah. So I think you have to pull apart the data and maybe use the privacy of the empty floor to sort of hole up somewhere and do your computer stuff there. And so using those tokens, you definitely find out all sorts of information about past customers, current customers, and you're able to sort of correlate someone who came out around 4.5 years ago with someone else who has made some other inquiries. And the old name is indeed James Benson, and the new name that same sort of ID is hooked up to is what is it?
Go, generator.
Justice. His name is Justice Evans now. Yeah. Cool. So you have the new name to look to, and that sets in Orion aren't necessarily physical locations. They're more where you are along the investigation. So this opens up your next set, which is a skip jumper. And the goal of that set is to find out where Justin Evans got off to. You're able to determine from the data that they are no longer on the planet. They have gone somewhere, but you need to figure out where they've gone off to. Great. Set 2.
Well, I'm really glad we got that snack run in if you're leaving.
Awesome.
We are ready to go.
And I think I'd actually like to break it here. I feel like we got a good toes in on this. Feels good to me. Is there anything you all would like to do in fiction before we end the session?
Like a little epilogue or something?
Yeah, just like a in between.
I'm good.
Cool. Awesome.
Never got to my hair appointment, but that's okay.
We'll get there next.
Yeah, next time.
We just see a montage of Zephyr and Giddy like getting all dolled up to go.
Yeah.
It's true.
I love it.
Hair and clothes.
Yes.
That's great.
Please let us have us infiltrate a fancy party.
Exactly.
Yes.
We're ready for it.
Cool. Well, if that's it, let's close this session. Awesome. And I'll leave the recording running for my own purposes. And let's do. Let's see, I don't think I have any other end of session stuff besides our. Let's do a quick round of stars and wishes. We may or may not play another session, depending on availability and whatnot. But I'd like to hear from folks things that they enjoyed about this first. And anyone can jump in.
Okay, well, the games that I've played I've mostly done like, D&D based stuff, so it's always very structured.
Mhm.
And this is less so, and it's a lot of fun. And I know it's based off of an existing system, which I'll be honest, whenever y'all start talking about roles, I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, fair.
Which what is the actual system that this was based off of?
It's called Trophy Gold. Yeah.
Trophy Gold.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, I feel like I should know, but I don't.
I can definitely give you some pointers to where to find stuff.
Yes, please.
Trophy
yeah,
RPG upon. Yeah.
It was a good time. I don't know. Anybody else?
I think one of the things I really enjoyed, and I want to make sure you get a star for, is the character build-outs. They are distinctly different and equally evocative for this particular genre as
Awesome.
as Trophy is for Gold. And so I want to make sure and call out a star for that. I was really pleased at how everybody seems to have a little niche to go into, and the way you build out characters actually gives you a feel for the nature of the sci-fi that's supposed to be in the system. So
Awesome.
kudos for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give a star. Oh, sorry, Jason. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Greg. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, just a star. I wrote down while we were doing character creation. Thank you for having a roll table for ship names. I do a lot of science fiction themed role-playing games. It's something I really enjoy. And character creation grinds to a halt when suddenly we all have to collectively name the ship. And so having a roll table or just a pick table of just I enjoyed that a lot. And I'll echo as Merwin said, the character creation is very evocative. I really enjoyed all the different options. I would love to play as a drudge at some point because feelsy robots are my thing.
All
So,
drudge campaign.
Yeah. There was I enjoyed it, and I also really liked the world building that's kind of built into the biotech. There's a lot of fun little trinkets in there.
Star for me. I as far as just like the session goes, I had a really good time. I enjoyed these characters a lot. I think we got like kind of it was a little more like Firefly than like say something more serious, I guess. But I enjoyed it. I liked this sort of the little bit of interactions we got. I like that we got to kind of see the characters a little bit. I think I do think that the character creation options like are very inspiring. Like I feel like I felt like I wanted to do something with some of this, like, all this like stuff I had. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this part of my character, So yeah, I just I like the tone of what we were doing. So.
Awesome. Yeah. And stars for everyone for just jumping in and getting it and grabbing onto those characters and running with them super hard. Just living in that world in such a fun way. It was really, really great to see.
Yay.
Great. Wishes, things that you would either like to see more of or like to see in a future session or like to tweak a little bit.
Again, this is probably because I'm not super familiar with the system it's coming from, but having more like examples in the actual book because like I said, I'm used to games with a lot more structure, and I'm fine with loosey goosey, but I need to know how loose the goose is.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So yeah, just I know they're in like other books, they're super cheesy when they have like the fake play session segments that they have in books, but it can be really helpful for knowing that balance of what's game and what's improv.
Yeah, 100%.
And finding that balance, because I'm not naturally an improver, but it worked out because I sort of found where the edges kind of are by watching other people. So
awesome. Thank you.
So for wishes, I think I'm just going to restrict my wishes to kind of like system stuff, I think. So obviously I know Trophy really well. And this mechanically is so close to Trophy Gold that I have nothing to criticize because it's the game that is literally my day job in business. But having said all that, I think the thing that I don't know, I didn't look at the text yet, Mark, so I don't know exactly how this is presented, but as far as the excursion goes, one of the things that I really kind of wanted was I wanted like, okay, this is the set, and here are the 3 or 4 things you can go do, right? Yeah. Here's some options, right, to go follow up on, because I kind of like wasn't really 100% sure like what I should be going to go do. And so that could just be because I'm not like, I'm not super well versed in the genre, because I'm kind of not, but also the Trophy Gold structure for the dungeons in Trophy Gold, it's very like, okay, you are in the temple, you're in the main sept of the temple.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
There's an altar. There's an altar over here. There are some prayer plinths over here. There's a statue over here. What do you do, right? Like, so you kind of know what to go do. I think you could definitely like do a bigger space version of that, right? Like, you're on the planet. We know this about Vincent and this and this, and then so which awesome. the convenience store was, to be fair, but like, but yeah, I think like really like explicit, like, here are the 3 or 4 things to go.
You could go do this or this,
right? Yeah.
But, awesome, thank you.
I can go next. Yes, so having a couple more things to do would be great. being familiar with Trophy, what I did want to see, what I like to see in some sort of, if I play this again or if I run it again, I would love to see run it, not run it again, haven't run it yet. But if I run it, I would love to see the two divergences I read in it were the bounty system, which is essentially what if you return in gold, if you don't have enough gold to cover your burdens, you're in trophy gold. But in this, you get a bounty stuck on you, and then occasionally, when you're doing risk rolls in the future, the bounty hunters that are after you show up. I was sure that's cool. Really fun. And then I would also love to see the ship combat system, because that's kind of clever too, where everyone assigns weak points to different parts of the ship.
That's a wish for me too. That felt like that was the drift I knew about, so I kind of really wanted to know more about that.
Yeah, so those were cool. I wanted to see them, and then I just I guess it's kind of a star hidden as a wish, but the drives are really evocative too. I kind of want to see some of those.
Cool, thank you. Yeah. So some of the stuff is like the one of the things I was kind of aiming for is making this able to like built in play a little bit longer, because some things I've heard from folks who were exposed to Trophy who are like looking for a longer campaign are like, it feels like I can't do anything without dying. So I wanted to add in a couple things of like, here's some things we can do for a longer campaign. That includes more ship combats and getting attacked by bounty hunters and all that stuff. So hopefully that'll come out in a...
I'm on 23 sessions with no deaths. So
wow, that's amazing.
I think like Trophy Gold is not as dangerous as it seems. Like it seems more dangerous than it is, which is cool. I know was one of the designers like focuses, but
awesome. Yeah,
what that's worth.
Cool. I definitely need to watch more actual play of Trophy Gold. You guys, it's one of my design tasks to do that. Cool. Other stuff.
I almost want there to be a again, I've only got a handful of plays with Trophy Gold, so I almost want to see a recommendation or examples on how stacking similar abilities, so specialization. In Trophy Gold, I've found that specialization is not beneficial. You want to be as diverse as possible because you want to be able to contribute or access as many different types of skills as possible, or be able to do lots of different things when the situation demands it. Here, there seems to be a for as large as space is, there seems to be an ability to specialize in a particular task. So I could take, for example, I've got hacking, and I could take something that helps me hack better. But I don't know when that thing to help me hack better actually pays off if I already make a good hacking roll. So maybe some recommendation or like I said, recommendation or examples on you should diversify, or here are examples how stacking your abilities would be an advantage.
Right. Interesting. Cool. Thank you. Sweet. I'm going to post a link in chat. There is a little feedback form I put together this morning. If you want to give additional feedback on that, great. If not, I appreciate you playing as much as we played already. This has been a lot of fun. I'm glad this hit with a group that isn't just my regular players. I'll reach out to folks and see if they want to. I'll reach out to folks and see if they want to.
Going on in the background.
I see. If we want to continue this or not, or we'll figure it out. But this has been great and super useful. Any final comments before we break?
No, but thank you for running it and showing us the game.
Yeah, it was a great meeting all of you on game, and Morgan, great with playing with you for the first time. Been looking forward to it.
I've been trying, and scheduling just hasn't allowed for me to play games with you, which I'm glad I now have had the chance.
Yeah, Awesome.
Nice.
Well, cool. Thank you once again. And hopefully I'll be seeing you all around. We'll catch you
Thank
later.
you.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye.